What's happening, Feeshin friends? Welcome to another episode. Today we got a good old-fashioned unboxing, and this is a special one because there's some really cool gifts in here from some subscribed Feeshin friends, and there's a reason I call you all Feeshin friends, because the first thing I got is this, a basically like new, very, very tiny bit of wear that a subscribed Feeshin friend sent me, a Daiwa Tattoola 70. So this is the smallest Tattoola that they make. Subscribed Feeshin friend had this and sent it to me. He said he didn't use it, didn't really like it. I don't know what he went to, but John will say, Chris, sent this to me because in the great kayak disaster of 2024, this was one of the reels I lost, and he said it's a really nice reel. I want it to go to somebody that will use it. So my friend, Mr. John Doe, I appreciate you so much, brother. This is far more than I deserve, and you all truly are what keep me going. I mean, it's not, you know, the fame or the numbers or anything. I'm just a guy who fishes. I'm not some amazing tournament guy. I just like making fishing videos and talking about this stuff. Speaking of, the second thing, this one is something that I can call out from Mr. Rob Harrison, because I told him not to send me this. Rob reached out after I blew up my first GoPro in the great kayak disaster of 2024. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link it at the end. I tipped my kayak and lost $2,000 worth of stuff, essentially. But he reached out and said that he had a GoPro 6. I said, I don't need it, man. I've still got a backup GoPro 4. That's what I used to film on the chest. He's like, are you sure, dude? He's like, I'll send it to you. I'm like, no, man, you're good. Well, unbeknownst to me, a week later, I got a new GoPro 6 in the mail. So, Mr. Rob, you are too dang kind. He's been a follower for a long time, and I appreciate the heck out of this. I bought a stick deal, whatever this is, Yak Attack stick thing, and put it on the back of my kayak. So I'm going to have a double view. So I'll have a Rob view back there and then my normal chest view. So Rob and John, Chris, thank you guys so freaking much. I love you guys. That's why I call you all subscribed Feeshin friends, because you truly are. A lot of people that I've made friends with, I've only met online. Haven't even met them in real life yet. Now, this is one from somebody, and I forget who it was, that asked me if they could send it. It was not directly from Evolve. I don't know if they had a friend there or if they just said they're a good quality rod sleeve that they've really liked and wanted to send it. So whoever it was, comment down below who sent this. I'm sorry, I forget. First off, they included a sweet sticker, old Sasquatch with a big old fish. Wish I caught fish that big. And then this is it. So it's a Evolve rod sleeve, and what's really interesting about this is the top. I've never seen one like this. I've seen some of them with like the plastic things. This is like a molded rubber deal to protect your tip. It's the good, I forget what this stuff is called, not nylon. It's like kind of this stretchy fabric stuff. So it's a little bit better than the old, I don't have any, well, I do around me. It's better than the old ones like this that were like those old finger traps, because you squish it and oftentimes your hooks will get stuck in there. They're all right, but with something like this, I forget what this is, you can stick the hook into it, but it doesn't stay. It's pretty tough on the outside, so it's hard to get a hook stuck all the way down into it. Now, down at the bottom, it's got this, which I now don't use the ones. I've still got some old ones, I guess, but I don't buy any new ones unless they have this on it. And this fits at the bottom. Why don't I show you? So at the bottom here, it's got this piece that stretchy stuff, elastic type deal. You can measure how long you want it here, but that hooks around the handle on your reel so it doesn't pull off. It's also got like a rubber deal here, so if you have like treble hooks and stuff, it's not going to get caught. That's usually where I get my hooks caught, is here. So overall, this thing from Evolve, I don't know if this is the place I just got the line holder from or somebody else, but anyway, these things are sick. I will definitely be purchasing some of these. He sent it directly from their site, but I'll have to see if Tackle Warehouse has them. If they do, I'll link them below. If not, I will link their direct site. Okay, so again, getting into calling subscribed Feeshin friends. Here is a perfect example. This is actually from Amy and her husband. They've won actually a giveaway on my channel. And they were nice enough. They went to Japan and were nice enough to pick up some lures when they went to Japan, which is cool. They said, picked up a few lures on our visit to Japan. Hopefully you can try them out. She said the worms I got are as close to Tequila Sunrise as I could find. So even the people know me and my old man love the Tequila Sunrise. But said, thanks for all you do. You're a family favorite around here. Amy and Ryan, my Feeshin friends. So on their trip to Japan, thinking of me is absolutely crazy and awesome of them. So they have the Gargle here. This is from who? Jackal, a sputtering sound. I'm going to open it up. 3/8 ounce. It's called the Gargle because it's got like a, I don't even know what you would call it, a cup type blade there that you can see, almost like a plopper, kind of like a metal plopper blade. But the blade here is on this swivel. So this swivels around, so I'm guessing it's going to kind of kick and hit and skip and plop all the way around. It's not a static, you know, fixed in place blade. So I'm really interested to see how this will do. It does have a soft plastic keeper on there, which is nice. Chartreuse white, love that color around here. So that's one we'll definitely have to give a throw. Very unique. I have not seen anything like that. These are the worms to which she was referring from OSP Dolive Crawler or Dolive Crawler. Purplish with pink. That's pretty dang close. I'll take that as close to a tequila sunrise. Is it like a morning dawn, I'm guessing? 5.5 inches. I couldn't tell you the color because it's in Japanese, but probably some spin-off of Morning Dawn. But that's actually really neat. I bet this would be really cool Nico rigged. We'll have to do that soon. Ooh, next up, this one might ruffle some feathers. Could there be something out there in the JDM market that's even better than a Z-Man chatterbait? Falcon R, the Falcon Chatter. I've never heard of these people. Black and blue with like kind of a purpley white iridescent belly. 3/8 ounce. Perfect size for around here. It's got like the conical, get that so you can see it, the conical soft plastic keeper on there. Kind of a medium wire hook. And the blade, and this is interesting. This is like the Jackal, was it the Dara Vibe or something? Those little tiny, I don't have it up here still, that little tiny BFS chatter that I was using. Kind of similar to that. So you can see how it connects to the head there. It's got that little piece of wire that comes up around, and that's where the chatter connects to it. The blade connects to it. How will this work compared to a regular chatterbait? I don't know. I'll have to throw this in the yak. That way if I get snagged, I can go retrieve it. But that thing, that looks pretty neat. Okay, a couple other things in here. We've got an AK rubber jig, green crayfish. I don't know what the actual maker is. Green crayfish, is that the brand? I don't know. My metric nerds will have to convert that for me real quick. What's 13 grams? 3/8, is that like a 3/8 ounce? Somewhere in there? Half ounce? I don't even know. Interesting, it's a very fine skirt, so I bet this has a lot of movement. That kind of PBJ brownish red with purple on there. I'll have to cut that all the way off before I fish it. Super razor sharp hook on it. Interesting kind of head design, kind of that wedge oval, kind of like a spin off of your Arky. It's kind of got where that comes up there. It's neat. That's a neat little jig. Good little compact jig. I bet that'll look cool in the water. Again, purple. And then a light step swim head. So this is kind of your integrated swim bait. Kind of reminds you of like the old Storms. They used to have these where they're pre-rigged, ready to go. Those are pretty cool. I like the purple one in the middle. Also, that bluegill one up there looks good. I don't know about the orange, but I do like how the weight in the head is like iridescent. Cool. So Amy and Ryan, thank you very much. Those are awesome. We'll go on to the next one. So this is from Brothers Brim. I haven't opened it because I wanted to give a live reaction to him. I had already filmed this before. It worked out for me because I forgot to open this one. I thought I did. So with this one from Brothers Brim. Cool part is he's actually in my area. Chris is over, I think, by Fort Dodge. I'll put his website below. And he didn't ask me to do this or anything. He just wanted to send the mold to me and get my thoughts on it. Play with it, see what I thought. But I'm putting it in the unboxing here because it's pretty sick. Let's take a look at this. So it is a silicone open pore worm mold, which is pretty dang sweet. So it's got like this ribbed, you're not going to be able to see it super well. There you go. Pretty aggressive like ribbage in there for this worm. Kind of comes down to, I guess, kind of a spade spear point there. Open pore, so you'll warm your plastisol up. You can pour and do different layers like you would see on like a robo worm. I could do like light, belly, and then dark color in the middle. He sent some of these to Nick Rundle as well, and I always have to shout out Nick Rundle, the Bait Cave, Mr. Marling, those guys for teaching me everything I know about soft plastic making, all this, injection stuff. Those guys took me under their wing about as cool as you can get. Sent one to him as well to play with, so I haven't checked if he's made any yet, but a pretty fun mold. I think this will be fun to put some together and go out and fish them. So again, I'll leave Brothers Brim, the website below. Pretty sure he's selling these for like 30 bucks. I don't know how many uses. I don't know if these start to deteriorate with heat. I have no idea. Maybe he can add to that down below, but I can tell you the mold is pretty sick, and it goes down to a really, really thin tail. So I bet that's going to have a whole ton of movement on it. Next up, Mr. William Traxel, another good subscribed fishing friend. We talk back and forth. And even though I told him not to send me stuff, he still did. Notice this reoccurring theme. I tell people, no, I've already got enough. They're like, no, no, no. Let me send you stuff. He wrote a very long letter. Said, thank you so much, Debo. Don't know how I could ever repay you for all the help. I'm not going to read all of it because it has kind of, you know, some personal stuff talking. You know, I'm not afraid to talk about mental health and that kind of thing. We need to get out of this stigma that if you're a man, suck it up, rub some dirt in it, don't be a sissy. I know my close friends have struggled with that. And even to the very far end of the spectrum, I've lost friends to mental health. So I always speak out about that. If you need help, there's always somebody to talk to. You can always hit me up. I can try. I'm super busy, so I'm not the best if you have something like that. But, you know, whether it's, you know, the suicide hotline, if you ever get anywhere close to that, please get help. There's always somebody to talk to and listen. And I know it's tough when you're in the, you know, that kind of mood or area because you feel like you're all alone. But trust me, there's somebody out there. So with these, this is the slop craw. He said he found these, had never seen these. And funny enough, these are some of the old Havoc ones. I had never seen these either. Some of this old Havoc stuff is so cool. Now, there's not a lot of movement to the plastic. This piece up here is pretty hard. But you can see they have extra plastic back here to rig up your like EWG hook. So if you're flipping this in the heavy slop and stuff, it's not just a little piece here that's going to tear. So back here by the tail, they've got this bigger piece for your hook. It's pretty slim. So you can see going in through, you know, the vegetation and stuff, just some little legs and a couple little claws back here. Really cool color. What's the color? It's like an orangish green. Perfection Blue Flex. So it's got this highlight iridescent blue on the back with kind of an orange belly. Natural looking craw around here. I can guarantee we'll catch some on this. So this, I'm thinking with like an EWG Ned rig on it, would be pretty cool. Bounce around with the little claws. Sent me a couple of packs of those, so that's pretty cool. I've never seen those before at all. We'll have to get those out and fish them. Of course, the old Havoc Pit Boss, you know, always famous, but it's cool seeing something like that that's old. Okay, so this is from Andrew. He wrote me a long message. I'm not going to read all of it, but at the back, I think this kind of sums it up. Hope you catch a bunch of dinks or maybe a PB on them. A Canadian fishing friend, Andrew. Andrew, thank you so much for this. These are really cool, and the first one that stuck out to me, these are from 13 Fishing. This is called the Randizzle. Anyway, it's this longer plastic, kind of fluke-shaped Purple Rain. This is the first one on top, and I tell you what, that color is sick. Look at the purple highlights. I'm a sucker for anything purple. But this, I was thinking, I'm a little bit late to it, would be kind of a cool buzzbait trailer. I might chop one of these down. Is there a white and chartreuse? Might chop one down and try it on that Jackal one, but little buzzbait trailer back there kicking. During the summer months, I think a naked buzzbait is what I call it, without the skirt, with just a plastic on it, is more effective. Toward the cold water, later in the season, I tend to go to a skirted buzzbait. I don't know if it makes any bit of difference, but I kind of like that profile better in the fall, kind of more of a bait fish. So this is a skinny little slender deal. I mean, you could rig it like a fluke a number of different ways. I didn't really get much into the 13 plastics. I only had a couple. I know Randizzle. There's nosy Mr. Stubby Dog had to come down here. You want to say hi to all the fishing friends? Oh, are you being a good boy? Yeah, are you a good boy? Anyway, never got much into the 13 plastics, and I don't think they're making them anymore. I believe 13 got bought out by Rapala. So with all the Crush City plastics, I would assume they would just pour all that money into those because the Crush City stuff is... I think they did an excellent job on those. He also sent beer batter. Oh man, that sounds good right now. Some beer batter fish. Kind of a light color with some sparkle in it. Kind of a greenish brown. Kind of that shiner look around here that does really well. This color they call mustard water. Kind of your pumpkin with green flake in it. And last up is Witch's Brew, which is like a blackish with like a little bit of maybe purple. I can't really tell. And with green flake in it. So kind of a spin-off of Black and Blue and Junebug. They kind of mix the two. Okay, and last up, y'all have seen me throw a bunch of the Xzone Finesse stuff. Well, I actually got some of the tubes, and I would assume these would probably be aimed more at smallmouth because they are these little finesse. And they also have their own tube jig heads, so I'm going to rig one up 1/8, 3/16, and 1/4, just to show you the colors quick. This one they call Touchdown, so like a dark green pumpkin with purple gold flake and like a blue highlight on the belly. So kind of like a goby color. They've got the dark melon purple, which is like a a super, super dark watermelon with like maybe some black or smoke gray in it. It's got purple flake in it. I really like that one. We'll rig this one up. And then last, the 309, a staple in the Xzone stuff, kind of that brownish with orange, purple flake, and again, that iridescent kind of highlight blue belly. But let's rig one of these up. So these are a little small finesse tube, 2.25 inches. So you can see they're in a Debo finger. And that's the cut finger. I sliced it. Our refrigerator died, so I was taking it apart. And anyway, I have to call a repairman. So little 2.25 inch tube. And if we rig this up, after that comment, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people running to the comment section right now to say, hey, Debo, is your refrigerator running? Probably Chris Russ. Chris, I can see you being one of the guys to run down there and type that. No, it's not running. It's dead. So anyway, I put that little tube jig head in there. If you just watched my video on the Thunderhawk tubes, different take to it. This is how I grew up fishing a tube, was with an open, exposed hook like this. You know, not the stupid or the, you know, kind of the weedless style. With this open, exposed little tube, this is just a tiny, tiny little morsel. And the tubes, seeing that in the clear water up there of Minnesota, the action on these, they dart like a bait fish. And then when you let it fall, it kind of does this little death spiral deal. Being able to see it in clear water and the action of it up close definitely makes me more of a tube believer. So we're going to have to make tubes great again. I know the river guys around here throw them, but I feel like a lot of people have just written them off. Oh, a Cinco or a Ned rig's just as good. We'll have to test that more. Anyway, this dark melon looks absolutely awesome. Little 1/8 ounce head like that. I could see this getting crushed around here and a few Debo dinks eating that. So that's it for today. Comment below and let me know what your favorite out of those was. Again, I appreciate the heck. You all are the fishing friends for the day, sending this stuff in. And again, you guys and gals don't need to send stuff in. I appreciate the folks that do, but please don't think you need to, send stuff. Just watching the video, sharing, leaving a comment helps just as much drive this stuff and drive the videos. That's all you need to do, and that's free. Doesn't cost you anything. So I got to finish editing. Love y'all. Thank you, and until next time.